All right, so we did the Gregorian Superman choke, crank, but sometimes you may lose your balance. Sometimes you just want to get fancy. Sometimes you just want to roll your back, and this is called the dead turtle. Okay, this is the Gregorian dead turtle. Same thing, standard feet. I begin to apply the crossface here, okay? But I want more torque. And you know, maybe he's got his hand on the inside of my wrist. I can't quite get it right here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna roll to my back. Watch my knees. I'm gonna sit through here and I'm just gonna pull him right on top of me here as my right hand pulls down and my left hand continues to pull. So this is pulling and this left hand is shooting right across and you're on your back, okay? So we're gonna do it from this angle over here. Okay, and then we're backwards here. Just over here. Got it. Right here and right there. If you look right here. Okay, my left hand is still doing the same thing. I'm reaching, okay? And I want to be kind of flat. I don't want to be on my side. I want to be flat and pulling him as my right hand is pulling that lapel so that my right elbow is pulling to my hip and my left hand is going across. And I want to just literally pull him on top of me as my hips walk away. If I go laterally with my hips out, okay, my elbow and hip should be kind of connected so that it's going to pull that lapel this way as I'm across his face here. Even if I'm across his face here and I grab, I maybe didn't get underneath his neck and just grab him here. If I lock my hip and my right elbow together and I'm going to walk my hip to the left, left. You see how his head's cranking into the lapel and I'm pulling, okay? So this is the dead turtle. Why? Because the turtle on its back is dead. So let's go one more time. Point to me. Standard feed. This one here, and then I'm just gonna go right there. Okay? And then this left hand at his shoulder, and I'm driving it there. That way you see I'm turning his head. If I can get under, it's even better. As my right hand, right elbow is pulling, and I'm gonna walk my hip away, okay? So from here, it's very difficult for him to do anything because whether my hand is underneath, which is ideal, or it's across the face here, I'm pulling the right and I'm driving left. And this is the dead turtle because when a turtle typically is on its back, it's gonna die. And you wanna make sure from the turtle matrix, you kill the turtle.
A second attack to do from the front headlock series is going to be a high elbow guillotine, different than our arm in guillotine. What's important here is going to be what's called a chin strap. When I chin strap someone, I try to use my pinky in a straight line down to the end of my palm so that the rest of my ring finger, my middle finger, my index finger, my thumb could be underneath his neck here, like this. That's the chin strap. Face this way. Just like this. The reason being, if a guy's able to tuck his chin, I'll be able to rotate and scoop my hand underneath his jaw to pull up. So Vlad is here, but I've got my chin strap. I'm able to sneak my hand. See that? I'm able to sneak my hand in his throat. So I get here, beat off a snap down, or I came to this front headlock, and I get my chin strap. Just like this. Keeping my weight nice and heavy on Vlad. And now I'm going to slide my knee in, step to the side. I'm going to slide my right knee in and throw my left leg over his back. Like this. Now I get this finish here with a tight little squeeze. Doesn't take much. But a very common counter to this high elbow guillotine is going to be this guy just going to lay down to his side. And it alleviates a lot of the pressure that comes with the high elbow guillotine. So by throwing my left leg over his back, I'm able to follow him as he tries to do this. To give you an example, from this angle, I get here and here, I throw this leg right over his back. So I'm able to climb up. And I can finish from mount, or I can finish from here. And now I just get my hip into this, and that's a finish from a high elbow guillotine. Gary Tonin used this technique, albeit from a different position, on Kit Dale.
This time, with the Anaconda grip, the arm is going towards from the neck out. His wrist kind of goes out through my armpit. So this is actually a really nice one. When he dives his arm in to get this grip, what happens is as he dives this arm in, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab the back of his elbow, and I'm going to help his arm come in. So as I grab his elbow, what I do is I grab it and I glue his whole arm to my chest, okay? So I just kind of accept the arm. He wants to give me his arm, he wants to dive it in. I just grab the back of his elbow, and now the other thing I'm doing is when he grabs and I grab his elbow, I pinch everything, so I suck everything into my chest. I make sure that the arm, his whole arm is glued to my body, okay? This is a really, really, really nasty arm lock, and it feels very similar to an Americana. It's a shoulder lock, okay? And so what I do from here is, from here, when I grab, I suck everything in. What I do is I actually slide my body back, and I turn and I drive my shoulder into his arm. So the key is the angle that I go with this lock. Once I grab here, I start to slide my knees back, and I drag his wrist away from his, and I keep driving forward. So the key is I have his wrist caught underneath my armpit. So with my whole body, what I'm doing is I'm basically taking his wrist away from his, I'm taking his wrist out from his body, and I'm driving all my weight on top of the arm, keeping the arm bent. So I basically end up catching him in an Americana lock.